Imagine you're walking through a dense, shadowy forest. You hear a low rumble, and suddenly, a massive, heavy footprint crushes into the muddy floor right in front of you. You can't see the giant that made it, but the proof is undeniably there. You might never catch a glimpse of the creature itself, but by looking at the depth and direction of those tracks, you know exactly where it came from, and more importantly, where it is heading next. For everyday investors, the stock market can feel exactly like wandering through that unpredictable forest. It often feels like a series of random events that are impossible to predict, but most of what happens in the market is actually controlled by Wall Street giants. These are high-speed computers owned by big banks, executing thousands of trades in the blink of an eye. This constant stream of automated orders is known as program trading, and it accounts for nearly 80% of all market movement. You can't outmuscle a computer program. But if you learn how to spot their massive footprints, you can move safely right alongside them. When most people pull up a stock chart, they don't see footprints. They see a jagged, confusing mountain range of numbers and lines. Without a way to translate this data, the daily ups and downs just look like chaotic noise. It is a map written in a language most people haven't learned yet. To actually navigate this terrain, you need a field guide. You need a tool that filters out all the static to reveal the heavy, deliberate tracks hiding underneath. That is where HLCamp and ProgramTrading.com come in. They have spent years analyzing this terrain, mapping out exactly how these professional firms move. Their tracking system is built on specific program trading patterns. These patterns strip away the visual clutter of a standard chart, highlighting the specific path and direction of those high-speed computers. By identifying these shapes, we can see that the market is a highly organized system, driven by these professional trading routines. Wall Street's computer programs don't just trigger at random. They operate on very strict daily timetables, leaving their tracks at specific times of the day. This chart shows market price movements over several days. If you look closely along the bottom axis, you will see a steady timeline of hours. Notice how the sharpest drops and lowest points don't happen arbitrarily. They trigger at highly specific morning intervals, like 8:45 a.m. and exactly at 9:55 a.m. And it continues into the afternoon. Right above the 2 o'clock marker, a major shift in direction triggers like clockwork. Because these programs run on a clock, their movements become predictable. Instead of reacting in a panic when prices drop, you can actually anticipate when the next big move is about to happen. To make these movements even clearer, this chart uses color-coded lines. These overlays identify exactly which specific program is currently moving the market. Look at this initial downward slope on the left, labeled Red 12. That is the distinct footprint of one specific computer program pushing the market lower. But then the selling stops, and the direction snaps back up. That sharp V shape is mapped by the blue line, showing exactly where a new buying program takes over. From there, one giant passes the baton to the next. You can trace this long, steady climb following the ascending yellow line. And just as we saw earlier, this specific yellow climb peaks and ends precisely at the scheduled 2 o'clock afternoon pivot. These colored lines provide the visual proof. What looks like a wild, untamed market is really a sequence of computer-driven patterns that can be identified and followed. Put the two views side by side. On the left, you have raw data, a confusing wall of gray noise. On the right, those same numbers are organized into a clear map. The big banks always leave their tracks behind, and if you have the right field guide, those tracks tell a very clear story. You don't need to be a computer scientist to understand where the market is going. You just need to know how to read the footprints. Once you see the market this way, your entire approach changes. You stop trying to guess what will happen tomorrow, and you start accurately tracking what is happening right now. You can learn how to apply HLCamp's program trading patterns to your own charts by visiting ProgramTrading.com. Stop walking blindly through the forest. It's time to start spotting the footprints for yourself.